Are you and your family at risk for health problems down the road? Dr. Zachary Scott from North Hills Family Chiropractic is here to talk about maximizing your life just by making simple changes in your diet. How's it going, Dr. Scott?
Great, thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about sugars. We hear a lot about sugars. How bad has it gotten?
Well, the thing is with sugar, we can't avoid it. And they're actually showing now that the average adult in a single year is consuming 100 pounds, and that is correct, I said pounds of sugar. So you imagine 100 pounds of sugar laying out here on the floor. We're actually consuming that every single year. So it's just about finding out what sugars are, what they're in, and how to avoid some of the ones that we can, limit our risk for.
I mean, so 100 pounds, holy.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, is that from soft drinks? Is that from foods? Is it from cookies?
Yeah, it's really just from everything. Sugar is in all of our foods, not just our sweet foods, but it's great for baking. It's great to give foods that chewy, that nice soft texture. So sugar is in everything. We have to have sugar, but it's just a matter of finding out which sugars there are, which ones we need to stay away from.
So let's talk about that. Which ones should we be looking out for and staying away from?
Right, and there's 25 different ways sugar is actually named. So the fact that food,
that's how they get you.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. And the fact that it can say no sugar or low sugar, there's still sugar in the food. So you have to understand that there are other names and other ways that sugar are named. So anything that ends in ose or ace or all, such as sucrose, fructose, mannitol, sorbitol, these are all still sugars, and most people don't know that.
See, so you got to take the time and look at the labels.
Right, yeah, and reading food labels and understanding what's on, in your food is so important.
Another thing that's always confused me is people say, avoid fat, avoid fat. If you eat fats, you're going to be fat. Is that the case?
Right, and that's not the case. We have to have fat as well. Every cell in our body is made of fat. It's a matter of what foods you're getting your fat from. So obviously we know the fat that's in fast foods probably isn't the best fat for us, but some better options, such as raw nuts and seeds, avocados, which are a superfood, are great sources of fat that we have to have that decreases inflammation, helps with blood pressure, cholesterol. So these are better alternatives to add in to get a great source of fat.
So you're saying I shouldn't go get a steak and then cut the little fat off and eat that stuff on the steak, right?
Well, you might want to limit that at all costs, but yeah, so that's definitely maybe not a fat that we want to eat a whole lot of. But it's just a matter, like I said, of where you're getting your fat from. We have to have fat. You get most of your energy from fat as opposed to protein or carbohydrates. You get over 2 times the energy from fat.
So these toxins that we're putting in our body, what effects is it having on our body?
Yeah, and sugars, fats, and toxins. Toxicity is a huge component right now contributing to disease process. Related to sugar, high fructose corn syrup, aspartame, we're seeing a lot of these sugar alternatives, these man-made sugars, that the long-term effects of these sugars in our bodies, in all of our sugary soft drinks, and a lot of our foods, we don't know what effects that they're having, but they are contributing to inability to lose weight. Tiredness, fatigue, headaches, migraines are all being linked to some of these man-made sugars now. So toxins are huge.
You're doing something about it. Tell us about the promotion for our viewers.
Yeah, the community dinner that we're actually doing next Monday, the 26th, is a dinner that I do for my patients and their guests, their friends and family. And we're actually, extending it to our viewers as well. But it's for people to actually want to see what we're doing here, so they can make some of these changes to really take their health with themselves, with their families, to where they want it.
This is great. Free food. Annie's going to sit down with you and talk to you about it and how you can make smarter decisions. Thank you, Dr. Scott.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Call 919-809-8860 or go on the web, maximizelivingrzacharyscott.com.